is for the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
Greater good.
When each of you set off a few weeks ago for the port city of Mahat, the world seemed as peaceful and safe as it had been for centuries. Nothing could have prepared you for the upcoming monstrosities so suddenly spawning within this sanctuary. Yet, up within the Nide Mountains, true evil has succeeded in entering Lamount. Twice now, you have found puzzling openings into places unknown. Each drastically different in appearance, they match each other in the questions they pose. Where do they lead? And who has made them? One has given you the strangest answer. A magical doorway within Mary's mountain hut drug everyone into a simple dollhouse, being used as a prison for the one evil chose to impersonate. Without hesitation and an educated guess, our adventurers sprung into action, unaware of the creature they had stumbled upon within the house. As they shot back out to their reality, outside, awaiting them, was a humanoid being of decaying flesh, miraculously clinging to a grotesque form of what used to be a beautiful woman. No force of good would dare let this atrocity into such a place of happiness and harmony. And one by one, calm and collected, she collects blood from Fertile and Mihara, stating that 2 out of 4 will be sufficient for the time being. Leaving everyone on the mountain edge, she makes her way to exit, but is blocked by Mihara suddenly in front of her, Red following close behind. Weighing the options carefully, a crooked smile cracks her rotted lips and encompasses both her and Mihara within a globe of magic. As all of you stand on top of this mountainside, you see your friend shimmer behind this magic. And we were in the middle of initiative, if I am correct still. That leaves us to, I believe we ended on that move of the glowing magic orb. So that leaves Red to make the first move here in this session, and Fertile is on deck. I will switch that over. There we go.
So, me first, eh?
You first.
Okay. Oops. Okay.
Okay, oh, another roll. Interesting,
Okay.
lots of silence.
So, Red in his big furry cat form, turns his head and looks back in the direction of Mary, and he rushes past her to the zombie behind her, and he'll raise up a claw and take a swipe at the zombie.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Here's uno momento.
I believe in you.
Someone has to, right?
What I'm here for.
8 to hit.
That just hits.
Oh no. Okay. For 4 points of slashing damage. Oh, I'm sorry, bludgeoning. And then for my bonus action, you see the claws on the fingers extend ever so slightly. So now they're slightly larger claws, and I'm going to rake at the zombie again and use my long tooth shifting strike on it. That's a natural 20.
Ooh. Oh no. I mean, they weren't really fast enough to catch up to anybody. But geez, now they really won't be fast enough.
Alright, and that is 7 points of piercing. So could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
And that will be his move.
Sounds good. So that leaves us to Fertile and then Mihara. So the last round, you were left on the edge of the cliff and you watched everyone quickly move to the far side away from the edge.
Yep. Orlina, what do you think? Should we just grab Red and Howard and bail?
Yep. Move.
I'll try and kind of rouse her up a little bit. And Red's in his cat form, isn't he? Or his wolf form or whatever. Scary form.
Cat, and yes, he is
The
pissy.
weird cat form.
Angry kitty form.
I think I'll try and convince Red to leave. You help Howard. And I'll go up to Red.
Sounds good.
I'm sure I could get there.
Yeah, easy peasy could definitely get to Red.
And I just kind of put a gentle but firm hand on whatever shoulder I can reach and dead square in the eye and say, we gotta go.
He cut out. What was it?
I don't know, he cut out, yeah.
I think it was a loud no.
It was one of those. No.
There we go.
There.
There's the goosebumps I was missing.
I heard the start of it, but I was like, ah.
So you run up there. Are you He gave your answers or anything else you would like to do? You didn't use an action, so if you wanted to hold something as an action in case something happened, you could always do that.
I'll just hold my staff of striking an attack with that.
Sounds good.
I don't know what the trigger is.
Did she come up to me and then move away?
Yes,
No. I didn't. Did somebody do that?
Yeah, I moved it back. Yep.
Oh,
So that
okay,
you were
I'm
next
sorry.
to them. Sorry,
Oh, never
that's
mind.
right where the Discord screen was. So it hops around a lot since now I'm only using one screen, so it's not so glitchy. But yeah, you can stay right there. So that leaves to Oralina and then, Mihara, and then back to the top at Oralina. Sorry.
So I partially feel like I've been playing too many RPGs because I looked at the map and went, "Oh, Oralina needs to level up." But that's not the case. I turn and look at her. It does not look. She does not look very hurt, does she?
She doesn't look very hurt, no. You can see where you had previously hit her before, and you knew they weren't quite doing damage like you thought they were. You can see there's really no damage, even like the clothes might be torn. There's nothing different than the rotting flesh all around.
Okay. Can I see through this magical bubble?
Yes, you can see through it.
Okay.
It's like a shimmering, kind of wavy kind of light.
Gotcha. She's looking at me, or where is she looking?
Oh, directly at you. Yeah.
I would like to shift so that she has to turn her back on the rest of the group.
Okay. She doesn't take her gaze off of you. She follows you.
All right. I would like to attack.
Go right ahead.
Sorry. Here we go. $14, I don't think's gonna do it.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Gotcha. We'll just... And I'll follow up with an unarmed strike, if possible.
You sure can?
No.
And that doesn't hit as
No,
well.
I think I am crippled with fear at the moment.
Her gaze is rather unsettling. She is very fixated on you. And she's not like faltering looking you over. She is trying to make eye contact direct.
Yep, I feel like I'm more staring down roadkill. I try to look away, but there is no way. Again, I'll do that little shift, and maybe take a small glance back, but then stay locked on her, and that'll be my turn.
Sounds good. As you stare on in a lockdown between gazes, Oralina.
Yep. I have to spend my entire turn trying to get out of this paralyze. The con save.
Yours was yes, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Please, no. I didn't want to see it, but no.
Nope. No, but you did. Yeah, it's not red. Yeah. So no, it is still gripping you tight at the edge of the cliff, holding you there.
Any plans I have, I can't do until after. There's another round of paralyzed. What is that, 2 or 3?
I think it's for a minute, so it's 10 rounds.
Right,
That's 10 rounds for 1 minute.
How many have I been?
Yeah,
is
that
third?
was round
3.
You
Okay.
were on, that was. But we already did 3, so wasn't that 4?
I don't know.
Go with 4.
We'll go with 4 because I have 3 marked in my notebook as
Okay.
rounds. So I
Works
think
for me.
this would be the top of round 4.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
I
concur.
believe. I hope I didn't overcount. Anyway.
Well, there's my turn.
As you're still gripped, Mary turns to see this were creature that was a man who had saved her at one point, attacking what she brought out of the ground. She is going to tell her zombies to move forward. it can finally make it to her. And it's gonna move past you, or at least try to move past you. You, as it moves away from you, since you are attacking it, you are allowed to have an opportunity.
Yep, he takes it. Uh, 21 to hit. For 4 points of bludgeoning.
He is not doing well at all. Not well at all. There we go. But it can't make it and attack. So it's going to just run all the way up if it can. The other one is going to attack because it made it up. And since it ran, it can do a slam attack.
Is it attacking the globe? Can they get through the spear?
No. So what you notice is as the zombies go through... I wonder. I didn't look that up before session. If, because they are technically a magical construct, if they can pass through that barrier without collapsing.
They're gonna get dusted.
Yeah.
As long as their final words are, "I don't feel so good, Mary."
Why would you do that?
God, that was such a heartbreaking. Great acting, but heartbreaking spot.
It just says any spells cast outside of it. And it doesn't say about magical things going into it, but would it cancel like a magic arrow? I believe it has. Yeah. Magical.
Because magic, I would say, couldn't penetrate it, but I don't know.
Yeah, magic can't go through it, and then I was going down like a magical arrow, if it's enchanted, would lose the enchantment if it went through. So, yes, we will, unfortunately, well, I mean, they wouldn't have known that either. So, right as they run past that barrier, you notice both of them just fall. And you just see two dead bodies, now very close by, and they just ran and collapse. When they do that, you kind of hear like a little kind of chuckle as they fall. Doesn't lose gaze with you, just keeps staring at you, Miharu.
Unsettling.
Then Howard, sorry. Is going to cast Healing Word. At a higher level. Is going to cast Healing Word on... Let's see. Orlina, because you are at left.
I'm gonna live a little bit.
9 points of healing.
Nice.
To you as he yells, Gesundheit! And you are healed. He is going to also move away from Angry Kitty and try to move closer to you, Orlita, on the other side of Fertile. And kind of keep in the strong ones in between him and the world.
I'd say good idea, Howard, but I think I'm technically facing the cliff, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm just kind of standing there hearing noises, just like, can't move.
You can't move, and all of a sudden you felt this really good surge of, I feel better, but I still can't move. And someone yelled Gesundheit at you. So as you're feeling a little bit better, that brings us back to the rotting being in front of you. She turns. Oh dear, don't do that. She doesn't like turn to look, but she keeps with her eyes gazed on you. She keeps her body kind of slowly turns it so she's facing you head on, Mihara. And there we go. Sorry, I accidentally opened Steam and it blocked my window for a second. We're good.
Been there, done that before.
Dang it, my ninjutsu didn't work.
Yeah.
You're so dead, she's finding a new game for you to play.
That's what it is. I was like, nope, we're just moving on. We're starting something else up. So when she fully faces you, she says, now just try to relax. And I need you to roll. Oh, where is it? There it is. A Constitution saving throw. So as she says that, you can't help but do the opposite of relax. You tense up for a moment as you feel something grip you once again, and you are stunned. So as you stand there, all she's going to do for her bonus action is she is going to raise a hand up to the edge of your mask, right by your ear, and kind of hook her finger through the edge of the mask. And as she smiles, she's like, now, let's see what you're hiding. And since she used her action, she can't like fully rip away like an attack. So we will move on to Red and then Fertile.
All right, I'm going to TPK the rest of the party here. All right, hold on. Oops. There we go.
Can I be the one to point out this is episode 13?
Yes, it is, by the way. No, is
Right
it?
after
I thought
Friday
it was 14.
the 13th.
I got 14.
It's 13 because technically I'm on...
Oh, that's right. There's a two-parter we're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Correct.
Okay, so Red is still very much, or Cordovan Red, however, still very much in the grips of whatever curse he's under. That gleam from his ruined eye is still glowing red. He takes a step towards Mary. I do leave your range, Fertile, if you want to do anything.
I am holding that that staff attack, but can I do non-lethal damage?
Yeah. definitely. And it would be your full attack.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, you can claim non-lethal, so he'll.
I'm going down,
Stable,
down.
but.
That's what I'm hoping here. So, let's see. I gotta find my staff. No, I am not gonna use the charges, because that would be mean.
It was non-lethal.
Yep, 22 to hit.
That
That's
hit.
non-lethal.
That hits.
For 6 damage.
Cool.
I just imagine bad kitty.
That's exactly what it just. No! But in reality, I'm like, Red! Stop it! In my stern voice.
You hear that behind you as you move forward towards Mary. You feel her just whack you on the back, trying to knock you out of it.
After the attack, after he steps away, his head will turn back towards Fertile, and there's a deep growling coming from his chest, and he's going to take a step back towards her. So now I'm leaving Mary's, if she would like a reaction.
Mary Wood, you just like obliterated one of her zombies.
I didn't kill it, the shiny thing did.
Right. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Sweet. She has a dagger on her that she stabs you with. Yep, that one. Perfect. 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Just get back here, you little prick. Anyway.
Okay. So he turns back towards Fertile, and yeah, one of those fists is gonna come up, and he's gonna take a swing at her. So 1 moment. Oops. I'm so sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh.
Attention.
Bless you. Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
A 9 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and then again, you're going to see those claws on one of the hands elongate, and he's going to swipe those in your direction as well. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that one will hit.
7 points of piercing.
Okay.
Hey, that was more than the dagger did.
And then he's going to look down at you.
Oh boy.
And that's my turn.
So with that, that brings you to Fertile. It is now your turn, and then Mihara.
So what was that about no charges?
I'm not trying to kill you.
Man, my note so far for this session is like, Mihara is still in the bubble with the lich. I'm paralyzed. Cordovan and Fertile are now fighting.
I will say, Cordovan, you don't want to do this, and I would like to attempt to grapple him.
So yeah, that would be your athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, they both
Or you
suck, so.
Are you sure? Because acrobatics would be really good for me.
Yours has to be athletics because it has
okay.
to be the strength-based one. Whereas when it's an opposing person, They get the option to dodge out of the way or just strong their way out of it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's a natty 20 right there, so I think I make it.
How'd I wind up in this full Nelson?
Cat,
And
cat.
I would like to get behind him if I can with that, and as to grapple him. Well, I don't know. Whatever. I just want to grapple him.
Yeah. You guys are about, almost on par being very large feline creatures. So it was very smooth, and you can't really tell where your arm is or where his is pinned. You just kind of holding on to him tight. Keep him from moving.
Very, very tightly. I say, you don't want to do this. You know us. You don't want to do this. And I'll just do that.
Hold tight.
She's like a nice house kitty. I'm like one of those New York City alley cats. Like, I am just not pretty.
As the two cats hug each other, Mihara, it is your turn. Orlina, you will be at the top of the round as well. She still has her hand gripped around the edge of your mask as well.
I'm stunned currently.
So with the stun, it's another Constitution saving throw. So as you stand there, just gripped by whatever magic is holding you, it seems to clench a little bit tighter around you as her hand grasps the edge of your mask. And you are still stunned. So now you are standing there, still face to face in a very elongated 6 seconds.
Feels like an eternity, yes.
It does. It is going to keep going on as we move to Orlina, who is also still immobilized.
Yep.
But you get another attempt at round 5.
I know, because I'm still going to use
Halfway.
this, but I feel like I should be using my own dice, because I...
You may want to attempt your own dice next time. They did not do you justice again.
Okay, let me just, like...
Warm them up. As Orlina stands there, unable to see anything going on, and only hearing the deep, threatening voice of Red arguing with Fertile over the last
Yeah, I've heard no.
few seconds.
And kill.
That's all you've heard. Yeah, Mihara's been silent. You stand there, still paralyzed.
Hoping
He attempted a very stunned scream.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
He muffled scream was attempted. Noise did come out.
Just stand here and hope the ground doesn't give away on the edge of this cliff, because I think I'm like right. I feel like I'm actually like right here, not quite here, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna hope that the ground doesn't give out on me at this rate, because I can't move.
Yeah, I would say if you were where your cursor is, you might have to worry a little bit more.
Oh wait, Mihara, you were there. That's why.
Yeah, because he was gonna chuck her.
I'm not quite there, so I'm still just gonna hope that I get to see the vast emptiness of nothing in my
You see
5 rounds of just standing here unable to move.
You can see the ocean from here.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the glass seas, the edge of it, or actually, is it glass seas? I think I'm wrong. Yeah, there's a gulf, so it's behind Charity Falls.
Okay.
So you're staring at a beautiful gulf, quiet waters, over a valley with a couple of sparse trees. And I think we will take a small break here, and
Yep.
we'll come back at DM round of it, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Long ago, reality was threatened by hatred, greed, sin, and power within mortals. 8 celestial beings, the mothers, descended from the heavens to judge the souls of the living. Taking only the worthy with them through the decaying cosmos, the mothers bestow upon the mortals their gift, the world of Lamel. The mothers, bright, dark, gray, blue, green, red, pale, and the Dreamweaver, dwelled among the mortals for a time, each guiding the descendants of the worthy towards harmony, and to never repeat the sins of their ancestors. Any evils that attempted to breach this new paradise were swiftly dealt with. Content that the mortals were on their correct path, the mothers ascended back to their celestial plane. However, as time passed and newer generations were born on Lamel, mortals began to stray from their teachings. Evil slowly began to once again try to breach paradise and find their way into the mortals' hearts. The mothers were fearful evil would take root in the world once again, and called upon the sun and the moon to cleanse the world of evil and any mortal who held evil in their hearts. This act would be referred to as the regeneration by the mortals, and stirred distrust in the mother's decrees. However, evil is persistent in its attempt to breach the world. Nearly 800 years after the regeneration, the skies above the continent of Parastine caught fire. Not long after, mortals not of Lamel began to appear in the world, bringing with them the forbidden knowledge of technology without the mother's retribution. And without their watchful eyes, technology is becoming a new instrument of peace. In the present day, the light of hope is brighter than the fear of darkness, casting shadows that all manner of things can hide within. Darkness begins to spread like an infection, taking many forms. As the mortals begin to realize the newcomers may not be as harmless as they seem, one mortal, the Oracle, Seknok Jen, in service of the Dark Mother, begins to study history. Seknok sends out researchers to learn of their past, hoping to stave off another event like the regeneration. Small tribes of goblins begin to attack any they deem to be invading their lands. The latest trespassers outmatch them with ease, only to find that the goblins shared the caves with a lonely monstrosity. Watching those outside of its glass and metal cage, with eyes of every shape and size, it begged them to add themselves to their collection. One by one, the eyes decreased in number and fled into tiny cracks in the cave walls to escape. The group, shaken but successful in retrieving Howard, escort him back to the city of Mahat in order to regroup. Instead, they find trouble following them into the docile port city. A group of dark hooded figures lurks in the shadows with cryptic intentions. They first attempt to assassinate an entire family over a tiny vial of vibrant yellow sand, whose only known use is in the holy paints used within the cathedrals to the mothers. They then threaten to sink the ship and its crew meant to carry it across the seas. A woman named Martha May entrusts her rescuers from the assassination with her burden: deliver the sand to the Cathedral of the Bright Mother and keep it safe for the sake of the mothers. Once entrusted with this holy pilgrimage, an unknown force disrupts time, and the group find themselves thrust beyond the normal flow of time, sending silent ripples through the hourglass. Though concerned about the abnormal shift, the group decides to continue their plan and cunningly creates a decoy vial of sand to send in its place. Howard is brought to everyone unconscious at the docks by one of the dark hooded figures in and his shadows. After a short encounter, the figure leaves them with just a warning. Every second counts before being dispatched. After avenging, healing, and then scolding Howard, a thunderous explosion fills the air from the direction of the Dark Mother's temple. Still shaken from their encounter with the hooded figure and his shadows from the docks, the group races through the streets to the temple. Upon arriving, a blood-red fog emanates from the temple itself and envelops the surrounding streets. Within the mist, voices begin to whisper different things in each of their ears. They continue to call out, louder than ever before. One loud enough for others to hear. Shadow creatures lash out at any who approach the temple, seeking to steal shadows to add to their numbers. Inside, disrupting the vaulted ceiling, a dark, unnatural crack desecrates this place of worship. Fueled by frustration, the Hat's invaders are subdued, and the crack above begins to heal itself. The coveted Book of Notes is recovered, with select pages still missing. With offer of payments transferred for the return of what notes still remain, everyone involved in the recent events finds their responsibilities suddenly shifted. Return the knowledge written within, and hopefully they will receive some answers as to what it means for the world. Welcome back to the Greater Good.
The greater good, eh?
We left off in a little bit of change of circumstances as half of our heroes decide to try and make a quick escape while Mihara is face to face with some undead creature. As Orlina is still unable to move from her viewing point over the cliff, Fertile is attempting to subdue Red, calm him, get him to understand what needs to be done. As everyone is trying to struggle their way out of this, that leaves us to Mary, who is very upset that Red has attacked her comrade she summoned to help you guys, who have now collapsed once they passed the magical barrier. She is frustrated. She is going to, I'm going to roll odds or evens there, Red.
I'm gonna go with odds, because they're against me.
So even though you attacked, she is now looking over and seeing her zombies at the foot of another corpse-like creature. She is still going to keep her attention over there. And she is going to... Oh, boy. She's going to move forward. stand on the corpse of what used to be her zombie. And she is going to cast Eldritch Blaze. There we go. Ooh, 19 is what she rolled, which does hit. And you notice as she moves past this barrier and she's standing now right next to this being, her spell does work. The blast does fire off at a very close range. For 5 points of damage. So she comes up behind and blasts. Howard is now going to turn back around to Fertile and see you hugging Red, and is going to go, geez, can't you pick nicer friends? And he yells, Gesundheit, to you as well. And is going to heal you, Fertile.
I'll take it. Whatever he's got, I will take it.
Yeah. It will be... For some reason, I did that wrong. Okay. That would be 12 points of healing. Ooh.
Wow,
Howard.
I feel so good.
Wow, I rolled pretty darn well.
Man, what level is Howard? What is
I'm
his
nearly
confidence compared to ours?
He did cast it as a higher level spell.
He is way more confident than we are.
He's a paragon.
Clearly.
He's not that much higher than you, but he did cast it at a higher spell slot, so he had extra healing to add on to that, because he's out of the other spell slots.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to save it in case I need it. Oh, wait, everybody else is getting hurt. I'm going to heal them and keep them alive.
Oh wait, I guess we do need it now.
My protectors. But this time, he's going to move up to you, Oralina, and come around, and he's going to come look you in the face and say, are you okay? You could do this.
I would love to see him look her in the face.
Yeah. As he's holding on to you like,
Just imagine him trying to reach up to my face to like...
So he is looking up at you. That brings us back to our lovely compadre in front of you, Mihara.
Quick question. Did he just, like, talk to her, or did he inspire Oralina?
He is going to inspire Oralina with that. That is...
That's what I was wondering.
I was just
but
curious
I
if
was
he's
like,
supposed
I suppose it's not a spell, and I can use it as a bonus action. So yes.
It was a little unclear.
well, I was like, this sounds like a great thing, but she didn't tell me, so maybe I didn't get it.
Yeah, I think that's my last one. No, I have one more. I have 4. That was 3.
Now we know what level he is.
Darn, dead getaway. So yes, you have a D8 in your arsenal now. So
I'm definitely gonna use that to get out of this.
you can do it. I have faith in you. You can do it. She is holding on to the very edge of your mask. And as she smiles at you, she takes her hand and she rips it off and just lets it fall. And as your face is revealed when the mask is removed, her smile fades. She reaches out to you, unable to move away, and runs her hand kind of down the edge of your cheekbone where skin used to be. And in a very quiet voice, only you can hear as she leans in to whisper, she goes, "What a waste. Unusable." She grabs the bottom of your jaw. And as she does that, she leans forward. When she leans forward, you hear a very loud-pitched screeching sound. It's coming from her. Somewhere on her head, you can't quite place where it is. As well as from your sword behind you. As she leans forward, she goes like, "You're causing interference." And her action is going to be reach around to the back of your sword and grab it. So she's holding on to you, got your sword around, and just leaning over you with the intention of pulling it back. Or so it looks. With that, brings us back to Red. Since she is going to be doing all this movement and talking, that's going to kind of take up a lot of her movement.
I'll allow it.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. I am back.
One second here. Oops. Alright, so as this Fertile has basically grappled him and he is struggling and like lashing out trying to get away from her, all of a sudden from that ruined eye socket, it begins to flash between red and amber. And Fertile, you feel his posture shift and all of the hair on him drops away and there's Red standing there, perfectly normal human Red. Nothing wrong with him at all. Oh, didn't go. 1 second. But he shifts back and he just kind of slumps. And he finally kind of regains his footing and stands up. What's going on? Oh no. Where's Mihara? And he'll look up and see everything going on. I don't understand. You're over there, but now he's over there. I don't... Fertile, why are your arms around me? And then...
It's a nice warm hug.
Don't have much to combat what's going on over there. Oh boy. Oh boy, what would he do at this point? Fertile, you can let go. And
if I can, I will do so. I think my turn is next. So
Yeah, your turn is next. I will allow, definitely, yeah. If he says that to you, your grip would definitely slacken, so you would be able to
But I would like to say we need to get going. We need to take Howard and leave.
Oh, what about, okay. And he'll, I guess, kind of groggily move over towards Howard and Orilena. Because he just sees Orilena standing there. Walking over that way, like the first couple steps, he winces. Ow! And he'll put his hand on his chest and cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Fix you up.
9 points of healing. And that'll be my turn.
With that, brings us to Fertile and then Mihara.
Yes, I want a turn to do something. I don't know. I'll just kind of follow Red, I guess, and see if we can't shake Orlina out of this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pick her up and go.
I mean, that's not half a bad idea at this point.
I mean,
I can't pick up everybody.
Think about it, the quickest way out of here is just 10 feet to the left, or to the right.
I mean, you're not wrong
Out of here
either.
alive.
Yeah, but the question is death preferable to whatever this lich is gonna do to us? Not saying that we kill ourselves, just if it was a rock and a hard place between those two.
I'm not... I think there's something more going on than just wanting us to be killed. But anyway, I think I'll just do that. I'll just bodily pick up Orlina, say, Red, you take Howard, and let's leave. It's what Mihara would want us to do. And I will do that and get as far away as I can.
Insight check. She's only known him for like a couple days.
Right?
Does she know what you'd want?
Call it motherly instincts.
I will allow you guys, if you would like to roll privately, even if it's a fake roll, if you want to do a deception versus insight. Otherwise, you can leave it as it is and judge it how you will.
I believe in my mind that I would think Mihara would want us to leave. He seems like the self-sacrificial type.
Little do we know, all those little grunts from his throat are, help me, oh dear God, help me!
Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here!
Oh, no.
It's so true. That very well could be.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Other than pick up Orlina and move away? Nope.
So if your goal is just to pick up Orlina, she's not resisting you, so I will do, let's do a strength at advantage.
Sure.
Because she's not resisting, she would willingly do it anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just kind of here for the ride at this point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you grab her around the waist and you just hoist her up. You will move slower because you are now carrying a full other being, but you are definitely able to pick her up.
Perfect. I will do that then.
Feline agility.
I think it only works for one round though, because I thought about it.
You have to look that up and see for sure.
I'm looking right now.
I'm just moving you on the other side because you're occupying the same area more or less, but now you're right next door to pick her up. And Howard's holding on, like, don't drop me.
I have Howard too?
No, Howard's still standing, but he was holding onto her sleeve just to like balance himself so he didn't fall off. So when you picked her up, he just kind of followed you like, okay.
What was the question on feline agility?
How many rounds?
It only lasts till the end of the turn. So
Yeah.
end of my turn.
So non-hindered moving speed.
When you move on your turn in combat, double the speed until end of turn. Once you use it, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on a turn. It's a pretty legit special.
Yep.
You can move pretty far, pretty fast, especially as a monk.
Yeah, every other turn you just need to take a break of moving.
Probably gonna do it, hoping that Red would grab Howard and book it. Somehow. I don't know. We just need to coordinate on a GTFO turn.
Yeah, you kind of grabbed her. You guys have been slowly discussing as you guys have been moving around too. So yeah, on each of your turns, you're kind of laying out what you're doing and everything. So you got one, and hopefully Howard is next. That brings us to Mihara then, if you are content on holding her, and then back to Orlina.
All right. Do I use real
scream
dice or my
internally.
dice? Wait, did
Yeah,
Mihara
great
get
and
his?
No, I'm taking my turn now.
Oh, okay.
Mihara, and then
All right,
then it's
I jumped. Sorry.
you're good. You are still in need of making a Constitution saving throw.
Should have been made.
Aha, yes, it just rolled through. That does not make it. So you're standing there. And as
If I could
over
widen
you-
my eyes, as I know I can't, but I do.
What she's leaning closer to you now, and you can kind of smell the rot that encompasses her. And when she does that high-pitched sound, you can just hear from both behind you and in front of you at very close range.
If I could vomit right now, I would.
I wouldn't blame you. With that,
That'll be my turn. Yeah.
yes, that leaves you still stunned for the end of this round. And then it goes to Orlina.
Yep.
You are
Do I?
also,
I'm gonna use the inspiration, which is 1d8.
yes.
Do I do physical, or do I do this and hope I actually do well? Let's find out. I'll wait for a nat 1 or something and just for story's sake, it's a nat 1 kind of thing, you know?
I have to say, well, this roll was much better.
Oh,
It's double
good.
digits.
Oh,
It's
yay.
double digits, so, but it is not quite enough.
Just stuck.
You made it to double digits.
Woohoo! See if I did physical. Yeah, that's a 1. Well, actually, is a 1.
You felt a little bit better having Fertile there next to you and ready to rescue you, but something is still holding on to you.
Yeah. So now I see the backside of Tilly.
You do. Yep.
Oh god, she's got some stuff in her tail. Must reach.
Ugh.
Twig.
Reach.
Well, that's my turn. Again.
Yes. So you are still held. And quite frankly, Eldritch Blast seemed to actually do something. So Mary is going to do another Eldritch Blast and try and get rid of whoever has invaded her home. Oops, nope, wrong one. There we go. And 13 does not hit. So she is going to move closer to Mihara. And grab her arm. She can't yank it away yet because she tried to cast a spell. But she is going to prepare to try and free you from her grip by grabbing her arm so that she can rip it away from you. Hopefully. Howard looks at both Red and Fertile and he's like, "Oh, we're leaving? We're booking it? I trust you guys. Ready to go." So he could run. Use his whole action to do so. Actually, he's going to turn back to Orlita, seeing that she's still frozen, and use his last inspiration and say to you, "Come on, you can do this. If I can run, you can run." And he's going to give you that, and he's going to use his action and everything to move 50 feet. All the way down over there. I kind of want to keep you in eyesight and still run. Okay. He is going to stay there. With that, we come back to the creature. As she leans over you, Mihara, she grabs the back of your sword and removes it. She releases your jaw and is still being held onto by Mary. So she is going to attempt to pretty much just backhand her off as her action, because she would like her hand back. Or whoever's hand this used to be back.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Also, that flavor was unneeded.
What? So... Okay, I'll do... Yes, her strength, they're pretty even on strength, but she grabs, as she releases your jaw, she just kind of whips her arm to the side and bats her hands off of her arm. And she takes it and she reaches around to the back of her head. And as she does that, you can hear the high-pitched noises. She's holding the sword. Mihara, she is holding it at the end where you know something has been added to your sword. And as she kind of plays with the little metal on your sword. She grabs the back of her neck, and you can hear the pitches start to change. They get higher and lower and kind of fluctuate until the sound stops altogether. There is no longer a high-pitched whining, only the quiet sound of distant birds. Breaking the silence, your sword begins to vibrate. As it does so, everyone hears a voice. I'm going to do this a little differently because there are two parts to this conversation. So, everyone will be in for part of the conversation, and when I am done with it, I am going to have everyone remove their headphones except for Mihara and fill him in a little on what exactly he is hearing. So as the sword begins to vibrate, everyone can hear in a very scared tone. You hear, I heard you. I felt the connection. My sisters cannot deny me that. There's a pause, a silence. You hear the voice again. When can I go home, Mother? Silence. And once more, let me come home. I will be good, I promise. And silence once more. The sword stops vibrating. And we'll have everyone remove their headphones, and we'll rewind it a little bit, and I will fill you in. So you heard this very sad voice, but you heard who it was interrupting as well. Before this voice even spoke, you hear it coming directly from your sword, as well as the being who is not moving her mouth, but whatever sound is still coming out of her head. It's deeper. And you hear you. You were the shield. Then you hear the little voice. I heard you. I felt the connection. My sisters cannot deny me that. The deep voice returns, not seeming to hear the other voice. Your oracle's intervention clouded my vision. The decimal was well placed. That voice again. When can I go home, Mother? The voice changes, the deeper one. And it doesn't appear to be talking to you anymore. And you hear, my puppeteer, thank you for disabling the interference. We will need to discuss your reward. Return. That voice again. Let me come home. I will be good, I promise. With a booming yell, you hear, hush, child. And quiet again. Bring the samples. Silence falls. She removes her hand from the back of her neck and drops your sword to the ground. She kind of gives you a look up and down and goes, shame. And she is going to turn and start walking. Oh no, no, what did I do? Ah. Oh, there, oh boy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. is going to move. With that, I will say everyone can bring their headphones back. Welcome back.
We're good.
Yes, you are good. Once the silence fell, you watched the figure move away from Mihara and towards all of you. Mary is definitely going to take an attack of opportunity there, because she is moving out of her range. 23 will hit. Whoa. That's not great, but it's better than nothing. And with that, is going to stand directly behind Red. That brings us to Fertile. Or no, Red and then Fertile. Sorry, my bad.
What to do?
Yeah, you, I mean, she wasn't being quiet, so you definitely heard the figure move closer to you, walking across the garden, crunching through the bushes.
I got like nothing against this thing. Only thing I can think of that might even possibly work is screw it, we'll try it. Okay. So upon seeing this, he worries about everyone behind him, and against his better judgment, he's gonna close his eyes, throw hands out to both sides, and you see the tips of his hands start coming together to form points, and his arms seem to get a little bit longer, and then 4 more arms protrude from the side of his stomach. His ass gets much bigger, gets a little bit bigger, and there is a giant red spider now standing between the party and this dude. Or girl, that's what she said. 1 second here, please. Get the compendium up. Where's it? Ah, there we go.
Yoey.
It's pretty large. I didn't realize the giant spider was going to be that huge, but I guess that's why it's called giant spider, eh? So now with this giant spider, it's going to raise itself up, swing its ass underneath itself, and I am going to try and web this creature.
Try to entangle it.
A 7 does not hit it, I assume.
Nope.
Perfect. Just what I wanted.
Goes wide, hits the melon right behind.
Well, that melon ain't going nowhere. And then he'll try and swing around the creature and come down this way. And turn to face it and try and draw its attention away from everyone else on the cliffside. I don't... No, I used the bonus to transform. Okay, that's my turn.
Perfect. So now that the giant spider has moved to the side, Fertile, you are holding on to Oralina.
Is she still obviously paralyzed?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very stiff.
Man, your eyes have just got to be watering from not being able to blink.
Oh, because I can
And the
kind of
wind.
mutter a sentence. So I don't think it's... I can still probably blink.
The paralyzing effect is a lot less than the stun effect. So you have more control.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of crouch low a little bit with her on my back, or however I have her. I don't know, probably like slung over a shoulder.
I imagine I
my
have a
feline
nice view of your
agility.
tail.
Yeah, and I think I can get like right. To unclick the measuring tool. I think I can get here,
Yes.
but not in the bubble. Like, I don't want to be in the bubble. 'Cause
Okay, yep, you can skirt right around the outside edge of the bubble.
yeah, I can't control her, I don't think.
If I moved right behind you.
Yeah, you have your own token, I believe, and that's it.
Okay. There is still a bubble there, correct? Like,
Yes, you still see the orb. It has not moved. It is still there. If you see Mary standing right next to Mihara, who is no longer wearing his mask. Both his mask and his sword are at the ground by his feet.
and Mary doesn't seem hurt or anything by like having gone through it.
No, Mary did not seem hurt by going through it. You were kind of preoccupied when she cast her spells. You could hear her chanting, so she was casting a spell, but I'm not certain you would have been able to see it, being you're holding Orlina.
Yeah, okay. I think I will just... Well, hold on, let me check. Nope, never mind. That's all I'm gonna do.
Sounds good.
Or maybe I'll just say, Mihari, are you still with us? Buddy?
He's still standing. He's just not moving very far. As you say that, Mihara, you attempt to answer. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You try your hardest to answer, and all you can do is make a low humming, like you've been, eyes still wide, unable to retrieve your personal effects from the ground. As you stare on scarily, Orlina, you have swiftly now moved in the arms of your friend all the way over to where Mihara is standing, and where Howard also ran to.
Yep.
You may make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, still gonna try and fight this. Oh, I didn't want to see that, but...
I hate to tell you this, but that didn't make it. It was double digits, though, again.
It was. I'm just, at this point, she's contemplating just, oh, this is comfy. I trust her at all.
That was his inspiration, never mind.
That was with inspiration. I'm not rolling better manually either. I don't have my dice tray though, so it's just kind of bouncing all over the table. Because I was like, well, do I try this? Well, that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, well, whatever. Well, there's my turn. Oh, wait, no, I do want to try and say something. What's happening? And that's what I got.
You managed to finally squeak out those words. And with that, Mary sees you rush and hears it, turns back to Mihara. She does not have anything that could do, but she kind of grabs onto Mihara and says, "Where are you going? I can follow." Not very strong, but she'll try. So yeah, she's gonna... Oh boy, nope, she's not gonna be able to lift you, I don't think. Got a -1. She's like...
I feel that pain.
I mean, she could roll a natural 20 and...
She could. Oh boy, she is going to try, and I have that as a strength and advantage since you'd be willing to go, correct? I hope?
Presumably. Can't really fight it, so...
No, a 12 is not... Not with how much you're carrying. Definitely not. So she just kind of grabs you. Little help! Ready to run and help you guys if she can. But she definitely can feel that you're still breathing. You're still alive. So she is trying to help you. Howard is going to... Sure. Oh, yes. He's gonna break out all the stops for you guys. He notices there's nobody anywhere near said evil creature. And he has 1 damage spell in his arsenal, and he's gonna use it. He's going to cast Fireball.
Yes!
That is this character's only damage spell. Thanks to our friend. We appreciate you. Oh, no. Okay, we'll do it that way then. But that is a 20-foot radius. Okay. And there is a dexterity saving throw needed by me. And is going to cast Past so as to not hit the giant spider as well. But he is going to move forward so you can see a little better of what he's doing. And the dexterity saving. Ooh, that's gonna make it so half damage. Whew, ha. 27 points of fire damage. Halved, but still. Oh, my pencil.
That was a cool special effect.
Right?
Hold on, I need my pencil. It has been stolen. And by stolen, I mean it ran out of lead, and then I kind of chucked it. So...
First fireball I had to make sure that animation played.
Oh. Pen isn't working. Come on now. Oh, there we go. Ink. Nice. Okay. So a giant blast of fire has finally he starts singing, burn, 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 my ball of fire, and he casts fireball. And with that, you see the fire actually start burning, and it did a significant amount of damage. Not as much as some of Fertle's attacks were doing, but still pretty good. And with that, it is their turn. Seeing all of you very quickly run past, you notice she doesn't lash out at you and instead just watches as all of you run. She says, well, it has been a pleasure, but I do have to follow the rules. For I believe what awaits me will be very much to my pleasure. She is going to cast one last spell. That will be Plane Shift. Since she's going by herself, no one else really needs to worry about going with her or making a saving throw. So she turns, she says, until we meet again, and I am sure we will. Try working on have something better to give me in return. And she casts her spell, and kapoof. With that, you are once again left on top of a quiet mountaintop. No immediate threat in your line of sight, and quite the destruction in her wake. What would you guys like to do as the foe has vanished? I will let...
As we made it.
Yep, so you wait a few minutes. You guys finally managed to
Chuck
come over.
Orlina down in front of me. Wake up! Move!
You end up shaking for a little bit. Oh, she's muted.
Dang it. The little one was trying to ask for stuff. Well, not the little, but I can move. I could have cast silence, but I couldn't move.
Oh no. A lot happened.
Yeah, I heard a lot. I heard a lot of spells go, so I think silence was what I wanted to do when I could move, but I couldn't move. Dilly, you have a stick in your tail, and I reach and I grab it out.
oh, thank you.
It's like
and in a
this
lower
big,
voice.
just like,
so that only she can hear is... Red almost killed me. But I think he's okay now.
Is he still in spider form?
Funny you mention that. He sees, like, once he sees that creature disappear, and he looks over towards the group, and he sees that that small conversation happening, he kind of jerks away from them a little bit, turns around, and skitters up this rock wall.
Still was a spider, huh?
Yep, up out of sight. Out of sight.
Up out of spite.
I mean,
Evan, I heard the voice of Kendall that he does, but there was a lot I could hear, and things were just going weird. You have no idea how nervous I was.
Yeah, staring down the sheer cliff face.
Yeah, and then with that voice.
I mean, he made a good show of it, but it didn't work. It was never going to work.
No, but...
Mihara, are you okay over there? Kinda... You okay?
I'll be fine in time.
I feel like many things will be fine in time.
If he hasn't already, I'll pick up his mask and just hand it to him. And not really say anything.
And if he hasn't, I'll
He's
do the
a
same
little
with the
stunned
sword.
Still. Even so, just...
I'll do the same with his sword if he hasn't yet.
I'll be fully honest, I didn't think I was getting out of this bubble.
Is the bubble
Think
still
you were
there?
either?
the bubble fades after 10 minutes.
Okay. What is this? I'll just like hand back and forth.
I felt it was time to earn the title that I was given. Whether it remains I got out of this bubble or not.
What was the title given?
Hero.
I'd say it was themed heroic, but honestly I have no idea what happened, and there's a beautiful view over there that I don't want to see anymore.
I could do to use not seeing that face for a very long time. Let's get the hell out of here.
I agree.
We need Red or Cordovin. When does he prefer? I never got that.
You know, honestly, I'm not sure either. We really need to ask him that question again.
Well, I think this is one of those life and death situations that kind of throws a party together for the rest of their life. So...
It's either gonna work now or it never will.
Right.
As you guys are discussing this, Mary kind of...
Oh, sorry, Mary, yes.
And she goes, if you need a place to stay, I know you've seen my living quarters. They're not exactly great for guests. But you're welcome to sleep on the deck under the stars if you need a place to stay. That door seems to be gone, so hopefully they're not coming back soon. But you're always welcome to crash here if you need a place for the night. Recover, think about where you're going. I can help you down the mountain tomorrow. I do go down once in a while to collect some things I can't grow up here.
I'll be honest, I was hesitant to want to stay around this area much longer, but if you're willing to guide,
Yeah.
that might be very reassuring right now.
What time of day is it, by the way?
8:05 a.m.
I was gonna say, is it like first thing in the
Right.
morning?
No, it would be probably early evening right around now.
Oh, so we'd have to start camping anyways.
Yeah, within an hour or two. You probably only make it about halfway down the mountain if you're lucky, before
Well-
you would have to camp for the night.
Well, we at least know this danger here, as much as I'm gonna just take a couple steps that way. At least we know this area. A danger we know versus a danger we don't.
Indeed.
I'll go get my broom. I'm gonna go sweep the deck off, just in case anything got, splattered. But feel free to help yourself to anything growing in the garden. Apologies for earlier. Yes, I'm gonna answer this now. There were dead bodies in the garden, but it's okay. They were decomposing. The plants like it.
But are there more?
And did you kill them?
Not
You know
in the garden? And no, I promise I didn't kill them. I found most of them. And to be fair, it's kind of a shame to waste any fertilizer. So I'm sure if you dug around, you could find quite a few skeletal things. Besides that, yeah, I'm gonna go get that broom. And she kind of runs towards the ladder and scurries up. You hear a couple clangs, and out she comes, and very quickly is sweeping dust off to the side as if to avoid
Any questions?
more pointed questions towards murder.
I mean,
I'll
if she
be
didn't
honest.
kill him, I guess I'm not gonna care right now.
I was quick to want to lay judgment to whoever had killed those people. I'm a little more hesitant now to want to go after that again.
It might not have been that person, but it could have been. Yeah, these
I now
dangers
understand
have.
what Mary says when she was compelled to do it.
Well, this is a different Mary.
Nevertheless,
I mean, it could have been a jaguar, or it could have. What was in this mountains? There's a large cat in this mountains, whatever it is. I say the name of it.
Large cat. The
Mountain
one that
lion.
immediately pops into my head I can't use because it is somebody else's right, not mine.
There's a.
just change the first letter, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I thought about that.
There's dangerous things here. Maybe she found an unlucky adventurer. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth at this moment.
Agreed.
I still.
Now I kind of feel like we're four unlucky adventurers.
And Howard. With a Howard.
And Howard.
And I still feel like I can't quite talk like I should after that paralyzing.
It's amazing what standing stock still for like 45 seconds or so really does to a person.
It's stressful.
Stressful is one part of it.
Should we go check on Cordovan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's be as non-threatening as
Do
we
we want to
can.
do that together, or do we want to hopefully not spook him?
See, I don't know. Who's the least threatening out of us? And I'm kind of probably looking at Fertile.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Fertile has been the one to calm him down the first time, so there is.
Fertile seemed to have good
Reason.
luck so far.
I guess doesn't he kind of change anytime he changes?
It's a decent possibility.
Just shout, Fertile, if you need us, we'll be ready.
Sure. I'll go and approach Spider Red.
And I'll just
Red
be
spider?
nearby to help if things go south and need help.
I'll do some.
Hearing that little
Talk shit
conversation
up
down there, and about who should go talk to him, as soon as he hears someone start moving towards him, you all see this large spider crawl over to the ledge and crawl on top of this large rock overlooking the drop. And then you see that
No.
spider very slowly
No.
start to change back into human Cordovan form. Into human Cordovan form. And as you look up at him, you can see that figure up on the rock. His back is to all of you, and he's looking out over the edge.
Totally was afraid you were gonna go down the cliff.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's been a lot.
yeah. I would like to.
But we see actually Cordovan and not the red beast.
You'd be able to get there, no problem. And
Yeah.
take your time a little bit, make sure you are focused on where your footing is. You're not distracted by someone trying to kill you.
I think it's
Who didn't, by the way?
I would like
Could have
to.
easily, but didn't.
Right.
Wasn't necessarily looking to kill, but your assumptions of kidnap were not out of line. Until certain circumstances changed her mind.
As he hears her running up to him, just as she gets kind of close within a good earshot, he'll look back at her. Stop! You don't understand. I'm a liability. As long as I travel with you, I cannot guarantee that this won't happen again. You didn't deserve that. And I can't continue doing this. And he'll turn back towards the open expanse and kick a rock over the edge. You would all be better traveling without me.
Arguably, we would never made it here without you.
You hear shouted from the bottom of the rock.
Whether you like it or not, we're explicitly tied to each other. Do you remember the flames? Purple fire thing?
He'll kind of turn his head back towards you. I do. Still doesn't change the fact that this could happen again. I can't be responsible for death. More deaths.
The only thing that you killed was already dead. One of Mary's little buddies. We're fine.
Yeah, except she very easily could have turned on me as well, and I don't know what would have happened. She stuck me with a dagger. You were luckily right there as well and cracked me with your staff. Or I don't know what would have became of her.
No offense to Mary, but we probably would have gotten a free house out of this, you know?
You got a hoarder's house? Yay!
Would have been cool. We still could, you guys.
She's not paying attention. She's off sweeping. She can't hear this plot. Howard is just listening to you guys like, okay, they're hardcore. They're in it to win it. They're not willing to waste any of their tricks.
I'm gonna approach. Somehow. There we go. Engage a reaction.
I'm tired. I'm just so tired. And he just sits down on the rock, buries his hands in his face in his hands.
Okay. I'll go next to him and just kind of sit crisscross applesauce and pull him into my lap if he lets me.
I don't deserve it.
You deserve more than you think you realize. We'll help you get there to understand it.
And break down completely, start sobbing. Your shirt gets wet very quickly. But eventually, he'll stop. I really don't deserve this. I'll try my best not for it to happen again, but you have to understand. I can't control that curse.
You're stronger than you think.
If I was stronger than I think, that never would have happened.
You didn't keep going, though. You stopped.
I don't know how.
We'll figure it out.
I suppose I
We're
should.
with a group of... Go ahead. I don't know what I was going to say.
I suppose I should go apologize to Mary. And I'll climb down off the rock with Turtle and walk back towards the group.
You see Mary up on top. She's pretty much finished sweeping at this point. It looks like she's taken a bundle of some sort of fabric out and left it on the outside doorway, right outside the door, for you guys. She is just kind of now sitting on the edge of her deck, watching you guys, waiting to see what happened with this one who was standing on top of the cliff. Yeah, but she sees you come down and kind of waves.
I don't deserve your forgiveness, but for what it's worth, I am sorry what happened. I can't control it. And I'm sorry that you were in its crosshairs.
I'm okay. I'm okay, and my helpers were technically already dead, so I can't be too mad. But thank you for giving me my house back.
You put corpses in your soil?
They help the plants grow.
And that was it, right?
It's not uncommon to bury a dead fish. It's just fish are a lot less, uncommon in the mountains.
That's true.
Are there like tomatoes or something that I could grab and start munching on?
You can kind of find a wide variety of things. There's quite a few tomatoes. The potatoes are not quite ready yet. But you do see a few mid-sized melons that are about half ripe, as well as a plethora of a bunch of root vegetables, radishes, carrots. There's horseradish growing because you can't get rid of it. Pretty much a few beans that are very quick to germinate and make good turnaround. But she offered anything in her garden. Go right ahead.
Perfect. I'll grab a tomato and I'll just kind of throw my voice up there saying, well, it works well. And I take a big bite of the tomato.
It tastes fantastic. You cannot tell there were rotting corpses in the ground. Tastes like
Taste of
really...
Roger.
Poor Betsy in the ground, man.
I'll thank Fred for this later.
I'll also start gathering up some stuff from her garden to make a dinner for everyone.
I want to take
She does.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. She does have assorted dried herbs and spices, different than the ones you would have bought, specifically ones she probably collected. So if you would also like, if you're making dinner and she sees that, she will definitely offer. She's like, I got a few, rare things that if you want to try it, might add some spice.
Is there a blend of 11 of them?
Strangely, no.
No. Yeah.
It's only 11 herbs, not spices.
Oh.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I'll start picking through some stuff and bring out the cooking pot and start putting stuff in. Is there water in here?
There's a rain collection barrel at the bottom of the deck.
I'll also collect some water.
Also oddly full of
leaves
dead
and
people.
stuff. Oh, yeah.
Just dead goldfish. But Orlina, I'm sorry, I interrupted
Oh, no,
you
that's
there.
fine. I was going to take out, I think, my flute and just play like a calm, tempoed song. Not necessarily quite somber, but you're kind of like, this could get somber.
Yeah, Howard hears that, and he, instead of adding his obnoxiousness to it, kind of just does a deep harmonic hum along with it rather than intruding on your flute
Yeah,
music.
just kind of trying to do something that's soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thinking at least someone over there might need that. At least a few of us.
It'll be great to calm all the nerves. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you kind of hunker down, have a lovely meal?
Brevity, apologize to everyone.
Goes up to each one individually.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. What's up, guys? No, I'm good after that.
Nothing too much in particular. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not till the morning.
During the
morning.
night, forever.
By the way.
So as each of you begin to get your individual beds ready, you can choose however you want to arrange yourselves, top or bottom, deck.
I think near everybody.
By the way, I was really distracted from everything that occurred, and I burnt the shit out of the food.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just a black mass in the bottom of the cauldron.
Mary is still like, you know what? It's okay. It's better than most of the things I make.
You don't cook books, do you?
No. I usually just eat the food raw because I ruin it if I try to heat it up.
Yeah, apparently I do too.
That's okay. No worse than I've had before. She kind of has plates that she did go inside and specifically wash some for everybody, whoever wanted one at least.
He tries to pitch the cauldron, but just like a few pieces of black come out of it.
And as you kind of are thankful for the slightly burned meal, you hunker down for the evening. You guys will all be leveling up to level 4 now.
Nice.
And we will come back at a new level the next time we get together. Give you a little bit of rest and relaxation to go over your newfound abilities. But I will kind of lead in next time with each of you leveling up. As
Are
the
we still
intro.
going to do nighttime next time around, or are we going to skip to the morning?
It'll be while you guys are sleeping. I'll kind of go through your level up dreams.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Don't need one. I don't dream. I just
Not
wake up.
another one of you.
I mean, technically, neither do Oralena or myself.
Really interesting. Technically,
True.
lore of elves is very interesting, and why the whole adult thing isn't until 100 was because elves dream with memories while they're children up until they're about 100, and when they turn about 100, they stop dreaming their past lives and start dreaming of their past memories. And that's the whole childhood, because they do actually age at the same way as human does during childhood. So at 20, they look like a 20-year-old elf or a 100-year-old elf, you know. But it's the elven society children, because of they dream in memories of their past lives because their souls are recycled. Very interesting technical lore. I don't know how you, Magda, have your stuff, but that's why they only trance for 4 hours. Is that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I have most of like the racial lores. They're all the same. The only thing I mean, I did, well, I can't say that even. I changed a bit. But the main thing that I changed that I knew where I started with this campaign is I knew I wanted a different set of deities. I wanted a separate thing. I still wanted the possibility because it is D&D and there are quite a few beloved gods and demons and stuff. But I wanted it to kind of be its own thing. And be apart from that in a way. Not saying that there aren't those who worship Tiamat somewhere here for some reason. There's some undead, crazy thing walking around.
Right.
Also, not saying someone wouldn't even, from Pathfinder, Sarenrae, just as the first one that pops into my head, there may be followers here too. They're not as strong in numbers as those who do the original 8 from this world, but I mean, you could find them. Anyone can believe anything. But I think that is where we will pick up for this evening. I don't think I did an outro and kind of just went off on tangents. But thank you for surviving. I know there were doubts. There were lots of doubts. But it appears you all will be moving forth as your current selves to level 4 next time. So we will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Sounds good. Good night.